Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, everybody? I'm so excited. I'm Cesar.
I'm Zenn, and this is like a Listen 3000 takeover of the Penguin After Show on Agents of Fandom.
Gotta do the horn.
Hold on. Let's do it again. I gotta do it again. Okay,
here we go. Gotta let them know
with sound effects. You know,
with a little razzle dazzle, a little salt
for sure. For sure. We got a lot to talk about today.
So many things to talk about.
So much things. Penguin has been crazy.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we get into everything, before we get into our special guest today, we gotta let you know this is Agents of Fandom.
Always.
You gotta make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video when you come here. You gotta make sure you go to the website agentsoffandom.com to check out all the articles they're pumping out every day. The team is working hard.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean.
Thing. But also you got to check out the podcast. Podcast is Listen 3000 right here.
Yes, sir.
You got Comic Corner.
Yes, sir.
And you have Agents of Fandom
for sure.
Yeah, and you also have to shout out all of the after shows right now, including this one, and then the Agatha live show.
Yes,
got to check that out as well.
You don't want to miss this week. It's gonna be crazy. A double finale.
The last ones, right?
Yes,
oh my goodness, it's gonna be amazing.
Wild, yeah.
Excited to see that
for sure. And before we get into all this Penguin stuff, we gotta introduce our very special guest. We got our guy Thomas Carter Rochester in the building with us today.
Hello there. How are y'all doing tonight, man? I'm glad to be here. I don't often get to talk about DC. So I'm ready to just take people out like Squid got out, RIP or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already getting to the trauma. Already. I don't know. He can go, but we'll get there. He can definitely. Way to go, Vic. But all right, we'll get there.
Right.
Excited. All right, hey. But yeah, well, I guess we'll go from the beginning to the end, right?
So I know, real quick. I know how to usually get into the after shows. Let's get our overall thoughts of the show, and then we'll just get into some points and stuff.
Okay, cool.
So, how did y'all feel about the show?
I feel like this is gonna be a love fest. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
I don't really have much to say.
Yeah, it was. Bro, we watched the show. We just watched the show.
Yes,
really just watched it.
Yes,
and I'm getting upset at it. Like, how is it getting better? Like, each week is getting better. Each scene was getting better.
Yep.
I'm like, what is this show?
Yep.
You know, Thomas, what did you think, bro?
Yeah, same exact thing. It was building moment after moment after moment, and it's like it starts out slow. It's a builder episode, and then it was the scene with Eve, and then right after that we got the Gold Summit, and then right after that it's just like bam, 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 bam. It was a beautiful growth, and then it exponentially jumped in like the last 3 scenes of the show. And what a wicked cliffhanger to like be left on. I don't know how I feel, honestly, other than, man, that show is good.
It's great.
Right. That's what it is. It's almost like confusion. It's like, why is this so amazing? It's like I feel so many ways watching the Penguin. I wasn't expecting to go through an emotional roller coaster watching Penguin. You know what I mean?
Penguin.
Mm-hmm. What is happening? And the acting, it's so much going on, man. It's so much. The music,
man.
It's too much.
A lot of them deserve Emmys, like, because the performances.
At least the nom, y'all. At least the nom. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Yeah. But yeah, man. First thing I wrote down. What did I write down? Underground operation is up and running, right? So where do we end at the last episode to connect that?
The last episode we ended was Vic and Oz, and they found this underground area, layer,
there we go,
whatever you want to call it. And
it obviously they didn't have all the things that they had.
They didn't. Yes, sir. But in this episode, it opens. It's stuff is going on. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of things happening. Yeah, they're making this bliss. And
they crushing it.
They chopping it. They
real Breaking Bad. It's good. It's getting crazy. Out of nowhere, he was like, "Oh, snaps! Vic got the blicky. It's stuff happening."
He did have the blicky.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Bro, it felt like I don't know if you felt this way at all, but I had to ask. I'm like, was there a time jump or something? It felt like some time passed.
Yeah, between
the last episode and this one. But
that's my second note, actually. I got Penguin is the savior of Crown Point, and then time jump ?
Yes.
And great point about Crown Point, because we just watched the after show a little bit, right, for a sec, and they were talking about something that I didn't even notice, that interesting point that they said Crown Point no one really cares about, so we kind of made it a little poppin'. He just brought some oomph over there, really which is kind of dope too for another perspective, because it's like, he's trying to take over, so it's just a nice little added piece to that. But yeah, man, I didn't even know that Vic was the one in the motorcycle at first. I didn't know what was happening. Like, there was really much going on in that one scene. Yeah. But no, that was it, right?
Nah, for sure. Yeah. Tom, what did you think, bro?
Yeah, it was it started out fast and furious. It wasn't until we jumped to Sofia and Sal where I'm like, yeah, okay, snow's on the ground. All right, we have a legitimate, real time jump.
Yes.
It's feeling December. It's feeling like everyone. It started off so fast and furious, and it's like, all right, we got that time jump. But when Vic showed up, like the bike's going in, and I'm like, okay, who is this? And I was like, I feel like this can only be one person, but it doesn't feel like it would be Vic. He takes the hat off, and I'm like, dude, all right, what a level up. All right, you just got like cooler. Like I didn't even know you could ride that thing. That's sick. And then they're just like, oh man, like I was being watched at this drop point. Okay, that's not a good sign. Boom. Next scene, yeah. Got they went underground, like they just got lost like every single other time we've done this, all the others, and it's like, oh, okay, we've been doing this for at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe.
At least, right? At least.
Yeah, I don't know how fast mushrooms grow, but 2 buckets to a whole dang underground system, that's exponential growth right there.
It is.
And it was a lot of people back there.
It was.
So it's got to be a couple weeks. I'm right with you.
Because I had to go back and double check this, but Penguin starts a week after the end of the Batman.
Yes.
So that Alberto stuff, and I just watched the Batman with my girlfriend for the first time before episode 3, I think it was, because I watched it and she'd fallen asleep. And I was like, hey, you got to watch the Batman before this episode. Like, I won't let you watch the episode without watching Batman, because that's the crown point of it all, Vic's backstory. And so we watch it. I'm getting stuff ready, and I hear, Colin Farrell like, yeah, we start like a week after. I don't know why he just became a New Zealander, but, I can't do an Irish. And it's like, we're gonna, it starts a week after. So I felt that was really compelling to just drop you right into it. And then it just like clicked. I was like, oh man, like everything we've watched has been maybe 8 days worth of like speed stuff happening. So now we got this little bit of a time jump, which really does feel like we're at Thanksgiving, maybe after Thanksgiving time energy, which is just crazy. I know some people on the internet are probably like, where's Batman? And I'm like, I don't want Batman in my Penguin show. I don't want to get those streams crossed. Which is crazy because coming in, I was like, I just want Batman at the very end. I don't want him at all now. You don't need him.
I don't need him. Yeah.
That would cheapen it, in my opinion, because this show stands out so good on its own. To quote, Jack Hughes, it's the fucking gabagool is what this is. It's the gabagool.
No, you smoked that. And to even back your last point, like Matt Reeves, I watched him. He did an interview where he was saying the reason that he didn't want Batman in the show, because they tried to make him away for it at first, and then he was like, he's just too kind of big of a presence. People are gonna thirst, I guess, for lack of a better word, over him and forget what is even going on. So I think that was a really good decision, and we definitely don't need him. I'm right with you.
I have my one thing.
Oh, there we go. Come on,
I have my one thing. Get it off. At least by the finale of the show, can we see the bat signal? I just want some like things is getting crazy right now, and I'm sure that finale is going to be nuts. So I'm just like, yo, I think it's time to at least let him know something's going on. We don't need to see him, but wake up, bro. Wake up.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate only a little bit, because I like it. I would be dope too. I'd be like, oh, there he is. Here we go. Like we're going to the next one, right? I'm not mad at it. My only thing is, do you think something so crazy in the finale is going to happen where Batman need to? Like, do you think anything happened yet where Batman need to come?
Not yet.
Okay,
but maybe in the finale.
All right,
we don't know, because it feel like a war is brewing. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean,
we're gonna talk about it later.
You're right.
Episode,
okay.
But it feel like people's picking sides, people getting chosen,
people about to get shot.
Peace treaties going on. We'll get into it, but
all right. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this, at least from a fan perspective, if somebody pop Vic, then Batman need to come through. That's all I know. That's all I know. But all right, we'll keep it going. No, I'm just kidding. All right, but next I got down is the Hangman and the Triads. Yeah, they try to make it hard. Sell Oz's product, right?
Yes.
First, when I say the Hangman, I guess, because who were those 3 people? Who did they work for again? Do we remember?
Oh, I forgot. Thomas, do you remember who they worked for? Because I know they got pointed out. Who the
3 people that got hung. They said they were just some corner boys though.
Yeah, they worked for the Sullivans. Old Donnie boy, eh?
There we go. Yes, there we go. Okay. Smoking these accents, brother. Okay. All right. No, but yeah, that scene was kind of crazy. No, it wasn't too much, but it was just like it definitely woke Oz up. I apologize, and made him come up with this dope deal that I'll continue to say, I guess, to where what did he then do? He was just like, we gonna get a bliss to everybody. It's a blissful time of bliss.
It's a blissful time.
To just
bliss. Yeah,
shout out to the gang. That was so hard. Come on, plug. Sure. But no, but yeah. So then, what do they basically do? They just dropped it throughout the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like crack.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that deflated the whole plan that they came up with, right? Did it, or to an extent?
It kind of like threw it on his head a little bit.
On his head,
yeah.
How did you feel, Thomas?
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. He even said, I'm creating demand, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, you don't want to work for me? I'll do it without you. And then that's just going to piss him off more, which I kind of saw. I've been listening to this Mace Windu book. I just finished it. And every time he's talking about like everything is Dejaric, aka chess. And I saw the pieces moving when he's like, what if we do give it away, huh? What if we just give it away? And I was like, you're going to do something crazy. It's like, yeah, we're going to take it for free. We don't need no money. Don't worry. This is a gift to the city. And that's how you get respect, not from other gangs, but from the people. It's like, hey, man, remember that time Ozzy gave us free stuff? Like, I want that. Like, we need that kind of energy. And right now, Gotham is obviously going through tumult. We got a brand new mayor. Right. Yeah. That's who Real is. Mayor. So we've got a new mayor. Everybody's just been slaughtered. We just had a massive terrorist attack at Gotham Square Garden. So now you've got fear going on here, and you kind of just build it up, and it's like, oh, this bad guy over here, he's doing okay. Like, sure, we shouldn't do it, but it's free. That's my favorite F word. And that's a brilliant ploy to get the people on his side, and not just the people on his side, but to really, really get back at everybody who's not wanting to work for him. He's like, I don't need you. And that is what inspires fear, is knowing that, oh, I'm not needed anymore. I'm not wanted, especially on the streets of Gotham. If you're not necessary, you're obviously expendable.
Can you clap for that, brother?
Yes.
Yo, why did you go so crazy? Yo, you ain't crazy. Because I was about to say 2 points off of your points. Hold on. Now I got to remember them. You went nuts. No, but the first thing I was going to say to what you said was just, wow, who wants to live in Gotham? Why do people pay you to live here? I just thought you started saying all the stuff going on. And I'm like, damn, there's a flood. And oh my God, there's a terrorist. Hold on. Why? Who is paying their hard-earned money? What is the rent? The homes don't look good. Anyway, the second question that I was going to say, do I remember it? Damn it. It's okay. I forgot it. But no, you just smoked it. You just did so. Yeah, great breakdown.
Yes.
I don't even know where to go. That was so funny. That was it. I'm sorry. I remember now. Thank you. Why is Oz feed in the streets? He is making it such a bad place to be. Just worse and worse. Now I start to see the Batman thing, but the Batman, this is a real question right now. It's going to sound funny because it is, but because I don't know much about DC enough. Did Batman care about his regular drugs being going around?
I don't know.
Like, does he whip ass for like a little...
I mean, the internet wants to make you believe that,
right? It's the jokes, but I need to know, because then it's like, is the bat signal needed, or do we gotta wait for some deaths?
But
like,
I told you this outside the show, and I'm gonna say here,
come on.
Maybe that's why Gotham is such a bad place. Maybe he needs to worry about the little things.
Yeah.
It's the worst hood of all hoods.
Well, in the start of the important one, my favorite Batman movie, he is like, they think I'm the shadows, but I'm not the shadows. I can only be in one place, so I have to pick my targets closely. And then he just takes out that gang who's beating up the guy who kind of looks like Kihei Kwan, but he's not. And then you've got Lil Robin from Titans, who's technically not Robin in the movie yet, but I feel like he will be. He's got some Jason Todd energy. That's just a headcanon until I'm proven wrong.
Yeah.
So
I like that. Hey, I didn't think about
that. So like he'll do small time stuff, but now it looks like, because he's still this big mystery. Well, I guess not anymore. I mean, he's been on television at this point. So he's kind of leveled up where he needs that the public spotlight could be on him. So like these little drug situations aren't what they used to be. However, plenty of different times in the comics, he's going after little drug deals. I mean, the war on drugs in the 80s was just, he was going after everybody. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. That's probably where the hey man, I got like 20 ounces of weed. Where's Rachel? Happening on the internet like at all times. Hi, I'm Bozo the Clown. Where's the trigger? What?
Why did you say that name?
You have to, boy. Do the next one. Yo, I love Thomas. Just the nick, Batman. It's not even that much. I can't even get that high for this, brother. Like, do you know I can't go back to school now? my legs. Like, this is crazy. My brain. This is nuts. Okay.
Anywho, Batman didn't see this is why he get on the show.
You're right. This is why too much. Yeah, you're right. You bring Batman in, I'm gonna be like, oh shit. Dick is done. The grandmother's done. She's connected. He gonna break that little lady knees. No, this is crazy. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. My stomach hurt. Anywho, what's next? Unless you need me read it. I don't remember.
No. I got it. I got it. All right. So, what's my guy's name? That's with Sofia.
You're crying.
Yeah, Sal and the doctor.
Sal, yes.
Sal
and Sofia. They have formed an alliance from the last couple episodes that we've seen.
Yeah, strong
alliance. And now they're working together to bring down Penguin.
Yeah.
So they've been trying to find who he cares about. They've been trying to find little links that trying to take him down somehow, some way. And they wound up just running in his crib.
Yeah,
and just like looking through his things.
Mm-hmm.
And they wound up coming across Eve, a picture of Eve. And I think it was like some lingerie or something like that. So they can kind of connect the dots that they're together in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of like, that's like a big point that leaves us somewhere later in the episode. But what did y'all guys think of that scene in general? Them kind of working together and just raiding Oz's home.
Yeah, honestly, well, first, my thing, like you said, when you said the alliance, that's just pretty strong alliance because I just feel like they both have a lot of vengeance that they're trying to get out, and they're both pretty smart in the street with street IQ we talked about earlier. So it's just like that's just that should, unless everybody died by the end of the season, because I don't know how many seasons they get, but they should be a pretty strong team. With that though, remember we were watching in real time, and I'm like, no, it's either the mom or Eve, and I didn't know which character it was going to be. So once they found her, I was just like, oh, I don't. It just I don't know. I guess the feeling that I got, it was just a really dope scene of like anytime you watch some type of street movie or street show, like when you see the lead up to where you know it's about to happen, that was the scene that I got from that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where it was like, oh, this is about to get really bad, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's where I got excited personally. Right. But their performances are really dope together too. Yeah. Sure. And what did they say in the after show, yo, about like the father son, father daughter?
So we watched the after show a little bit, and they touched on the fact that their relationship is like a father-daughter-esque type of relationship. Yeah. Like him losing his family, her losing her father. Yep. And they're not supposed to be allies. Exactly. Obviously, based on their family history, they're supposed to be sworn enemies. But the way, even the scene when he's cooking for her.
Yes.
And like just that relationship and the chemistry that they have is like a fatherly daughter relationship. Yeah. And that was something that they pointed out. 100%. Even the writers pointed out in the show.
And so early in their relationship, you know what I mean? Like they just met and they already seem like they have a nice chemistry and getting to know each other really well. So I just feel like they're gonna be dangerous because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Tom, what you think, bro?
Yeah, that was that was one of my favorite scenes. Probably my favorite chill scene, if not the only chill scene, actually. But I really loved that. And I also watched the after show and they said that. And I was like, that's why I was really loving that. There was a nice family moment for one time on this show. And I really enjoy the fact that they they say the names, and I don't think she meant to hurt him when she was like, oh yeah, Taj was right. And then he snaps, and then it comes back later and he says karma. And he's like, yeah, it stings, doesn't it? And I'm over here like, I don't know if it stings the same way, because she wanted to kill him after Arkham. Yeah. Like, she's mad she didn't get to do it. But she's got a father she literally never had, because he's being a kind person. Yeah. And he's just like, we're doing this here. Like, I mean, listen, if Clancy Brown was saying, yeah, we're entering into a truce, I feel like I'd have to like listen to him.
That's
You know,
That's
he's like voiced so much of my childhood, and he's been 5 characters in the Star Wars world. Like, yeah, dude's a goat. So, loved it. Love where it took us, and then you see how that relationship really plays out when he's like getting frustrated. He took everything from me, and he's got nothing. And then she just grabs the golf club. Practice your swing. I love it.
And that's my favorite part
it,
too.
man.
Yeah, me too, yeah. Great point. Great point. Man, this is fun. Okay. This episode just had so many things.
Yeah. So the next point we can go to. All right. So it's Oz dealing with his mom's disease. I want to say
we still don't even know which disease it is, right? Based on what he said.
Yeah,
remember he said
he was like, he don't
what was
know
the last
what it
version
is.
of it? I never even heard of that before.
Louis.
It was like something's body, Louis' body or something. I don't even remember what he said.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, they said like Louis' body.
Louis' body?
Okay.
And I never heard.
Right. And then I know they had a Alzheimer's
yeah
the episode, like a little
okay, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. They dropped Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and then Louis' body, which is dementia. It's Louis' body dementia.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
So in that vein, all in the same.
Yeah. It was heartbreaking to watch. And one thing I pointed out to you while we were watching the episode, I'm like, man, they're doing such a great job of like balancing this Penguin character when, like, so last episode he literally lights a mom and her son on fire, and like seems to enjoy it. And in this episode, you see him dealing with his mother, and like, just the care and the love you can see he has for her. It's just such a you feel though, you feel such a way for him in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't even want to dig deeper. Is this the same scene where she asked him that question?
Yeah,
all right, well, I'll dig deeper into what you say real quick. Yeah, we see him like exactly what you said. Like we see him being caring and just a different side of him, but you also see where I don't want to do that, but like, because I feel so bad for her for what she's going through, but she also gives that man a lot of trauma too. You see where a lot of it comes from. So it's like you get to see the duality of why he is also this, throughout the whole show. Like every now and then she like, you gonna not be a pussy, kill me. You know what I'm saying? That's not some easy words, So it was just, remember, I asked you in the moment, I'm like, would you be able to do that? But I can't do that. If my parent asked me, no. So like, that's just a lot that he has to deal with. And it just gives you another side of him that's like, do I feel for this crazy man? No, I don't. Yes, I do. This is too much.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good the way they do it.
Yeah,
it is.
Thomas, what did you think, bro?
Yeah, beautiful way of humanizing a really horrible person.
Yes.
And I really think that's something we don't get a lot, which is why, like in the MCU, the best villains are the ones you can relate to. It's not the all powerful. I mean, even Ultron had like a daddy issue, which is like, okay, it makes him kind of relatable.
Come on.
And then, I'm trying to think of like a villain that was just garbage. I don't want to say Gore. I love Gore. That's a personal favorite of mine. That's mean. Malekith.
Okay.
So what? What do we? Oh, you want to do something? Great. Make me care about you. Literally, the only thing that made me care was he killed my mom. I'm sorry. He killed my mom. I was really not as excited about that. So, I wanted him to die really painfully, and he did. So, huzzah. But in this DC universe, I mean, really, it's the Matt Reeves universe. He's just making us care about people we really shouldn't. There are moments in the Batman that you're caring about all these people he's killing, when in reality, you wouldn't care. It's like, oh, you're a crooked politician. Oh, you've been paying off people. Okay, bye. But here you're like, I kind of want him to get saved because, like, like they're
in this house.
Yeah, they're leaning me that way. Like, oh my gosh. And here, man, it's, they took a whole episode and really made us look at Sofia in a totally different way. She's kind of my favorite character. Like, it's her and Vic.
I'm with you 100%.
It's her and Vic, and every now and then, because he's the main character, they can sprinkle in these little bits for Penguin, for Oz, to where it's like, that was crazy. Like, okay, like I'm rooting for the main character, and then that happens, and you go, damn, dude, like she just said, kill me. Like that's some Sith stuff right there. And he's like, nah, ma, I can't do that. And I don't blame him. And it just keeps going and going and going. And to be honest, it's like the most lucid she's ever been I think, in the show so far, which led me to believe she was going to die of natural causes by the end of the episode. So that didn't happen. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't watch the episode or something. But it really just harkened in on how dark it is. So that next scene when they, break down, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Lewy body, like, I don't even know what Lewy body is. And my grandma, watching this series with her specifically, my grandma had Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and I moved in with her when I was 13. So as much as I can't stand her, like the character, as being a mom, it's like something happens and I see my grandma and I'm like, yeah, pick her up. Come on 3. But you got to pull on 2 because she's not going to pull until 4, but you got to get the gumption so that when she gets to the stand-up part, you're like, oh, the load is lighting. The load is lighter, something like that. Sentences.
You smoked that, dude. Yeah, I really 100%. That's why it feels so much in there. And that was one of those scenes where I was like, stop making me feel for this. So this don't feel good, but it feels so good. It's bad. Y'all writing too well. And another thing to the because I want to move on a little bit, but I don't want to spoil too much for later. But we know what happens with Vic later on in the episode. But the after, they again were saying how I just like that they're aware that he's there, that there's a lot of bad things going on. What did they say, bro? At one point, they were like, this is actually a bad scene. Even though this looks beautiful, they were like, this isn't good. Like, this is a terrible situation if you look at it in real life. And I just love that they are super aware of that, and they're still doing such a good job at forcing us to play with that.
Playing with emotions that make you feel things for the characters, even in these moments, because what they've been through. We've got to see so much about these characters' backstories, which is so dope about this show.
Yes.
Because again, like you were saying, like Thomas was saying, these are people that we wouldn't normally get to dive deeper into their lives and understand how,
because we don't want to care enough. Because
exactly. Yep. I mean, this is a Batman franchise for all. Like, they usually don't give you anything past Batman or whoever villain he's fighting for the movie or whatever we're watching, right?
Exactly.
But we're just getting into these people's lives in Gotham, and it's getting so deep. It's such things are so not black and white. You know what I mean? There's so many great areas with all these people in this show, and I think that's such a dope thing that they're doing. I think it is making this that much better.
Interesting. Yep. 100%. 100%. Y'all smoking this.
Married, you're gonna have to extend, brother. But we'll figure that out later. So what happens next? Squid being a problem for Vic. Oh yeah, he was. Past tense. But no, I guess, man. So let's set up that scene a little bit.
So
because it's kind of a double situation, right?
Yeah, in a sense. Because like Squid, we got to get introduced to him. Was it the last episode or maybe the episode before last?
I think
3.
I think first episode. Right? But wasn't it also the first episode?
It was.
And then we see him again later, and then we see him again later.
But I know it was a pointed out thing. Like, Vic sees him, and he kind of like, I don't want to deal with this guy because we know who he represents in the neighborhood they come from. So, I mean, we seen when they first got to Crown Point. We see he's seen Vic
when he was trying to
bring Oz's mom into the home. So we kind of knew that something was going to happen
100%.
sometime, and we finally got that in this episode. And he kind of presses Vic, and it's just like, man, I know you doing some things around here. I just,
what's up?
My territory. I kind of want to be involved.
Yeah, what do you want?
Right. And you kind of see Vic kind of not really knowing what to do in the situation. Does he turn up a little bit? Does he go back into Oz was going on? Does he fold under the pressure? And, we got to see parts of that.
I low-key love that. Look, like, you got me into it again. Like, I'm watching it. Bro, I thought that aspect of the show and with Vic's character is so dope because, again, like, Vic is like almost like a baby in this world. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to see him go through all of these, even though it's bad things, but we're aware of that. But it's cool to just see his progress or just his mind go through all of this, you know what I mean? But with that scene, and then it leads to him trying to do it the bad way. He started off pretty bad, right? It was kind of dope watching it together. We got to do that before, we watched it together in real time when he brings the money up and he starts getting it to
bro, I'm yelling at the screen like, no, what are you doing?
I'm like, he's yelling, and I'm over here stressed, like, I can't believe Vic would do this. Like we're something like we really care. And then not slowly, but I guess it progresses. And then what happens? He smacks the money. He starts throwing the money out.
He was like, hold up, you gonna give me more money tomorrow? oh, I need. All right, hold up.
By the way,
right now, I need more right now. Like, what are we doing?
And then while he's doing that, I'm like, see, this is why we told you don't do this, Vic. I know you can't hear us, but this is why we told you should have listened. And then it keeps going and keeps going, and I'm getting scared because the actor, what's his name? You know,
Renzi Feliz.
Thank you. He's doing such a good job that he's looking nervous and more nervous and more nervous. I'm like, brother, you were gonna break. I don't know what's gonna happen. You could get shot. You could get shot right now. And this street stuff, you have no idea what could happen right now. So it's getting more, kind of more intense. And then what happens? He like takes that steps kind of to the corner.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? No, I'll let you do the eyes. Let's go underground.
Yes.
Let's go underground.
Yes, and a bow. Where he screamed, oh, did it, he did it, yeah. I think I stood up. Did I stand up? I started walking. Bro, I felt, and by the way, we know this is bad, y'all. Don't do that. Now, we know this is I didn't I'm a civilian. But, whoa, as the character in that moment, I'm like, wow, I was high-key proud. I'm going to just be real. As being a fan of the character in the moment, it was just like, dude, you know you had to do that. It was getting too bad. When you're in this life, bad things happen and you kind of have to deal with it, however you got to deal with it, and you had to do that or it was going to get really, really bad. So wow, that was fun. Watching that, it was like Vic, but anyway, how'd you
Thomas,
feel?
what did you think about this scene, bro?
Absolutely the same way. He pulls the money out and I was like, okay, like that could work, like that could give you a week so Oz can come clean up the mess and like put him out of his misery. And then as soon as he starts, like, you say give me money next week, man, maybe tomorrow, because this money, wow, look at that, money's going fast, just throwing it on the ground like a disrespectful little swine bitch he is. And then he just starts saying, oh, well, maybe I go talk to them. And I was like, oh, Vic, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to man up and do some really bad things real fast, or you're going to put everybody at jeopardy. Then he brought up Francis, and it was like, oh man, you're gonna get yourself killed if you don't take care of this business. Like, for real. Because he mentioned it, I think, in the first scene when he had the gas can, he mentioned Francis, you know, oh, what about that little lady? I ain't seen her in a while. And then he's like, why don't I go look for her? And so it's like, okay, cool. And it comes back around here and it puts him, you know, back against the wall and he's walking away. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? You make him walk forward and you don't have to look at him. You just do it. Boom. Obviously, I've thought about this scenario many a times. You never know what could happen walking down a dark alley in Gotham. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense.
You know, put two. You know, just to be sure. No, he just turns around. He's like, we got to go underground. Yeah. And then I look down. I'm taking notes and going, man, that was a really dumb pop. And I look up, and he's like, it was all happening so fast. I was like, oh shit! Oh, he did it! I look at my girlfriend. I grab him, like, he did it. I'm so proud of him. And then he just starts breaking. And like, it's gross. Like, oh man, he went from like, dude, why did you make me do that? And then he's like, he's dying. Like, dude's dead. And he's like, he's breaking down. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why'd you make me do that? I'm sorry. And then I gotta point something out that really bothered the hell out of me. It got brought up subtly in a different part of this episode a little bit later, but what do we got here? His back and forth with Victor was intense, and I wasn't sure Victor was going to do it, but this is the important part. But like, he ran out of the same place Squid walked into, so it's obvious he did it. If anyone saw him, he could have kept going the same way he was going. Like, come on, man. I'm looking at this dude's vengeance
blood, and he did get the blood on the shoe, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, which was he played himself, man. But hey,
he did what he had to do, but he even could, we don't have to keep going, but he could have did it a little better. But it's all right. He did the best he could in the moment.
You know, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get to the post-murder pep talk, as my girlfriend called it, but the whole it's just like, it gets easier. Like, come on, get out of here. That's some Sons of Anarchy crap right there, man.
And it was kind of sad, but it was weird because again, in the after show, right? The actor, can you say his name?
Renzi Feliz.
Renzi,
who also has an interview on Ages of Fandom YouTube channel right now. TJ interviewed him. Shout out to TJ.
Shout out to TJ. Shout out to TJ.
Low plug.
No, real talk. But Renzi, he was saying when they talked about that scene that Thomas just brought up, when Penguin hugs him and being like, yeah, it'll get easier, right? Renzi is like, yo, to me, it's a beautiful scene because you just don't get that from Oz. Like, you finally get some sort of emotion out of him, and also see that he's kind of can be a try to be a good person, even though it's in bad situations, right? Like trying to be. And that was when I was like, oh, damn, true. Because I felt that way for a second. And then the next scene is when, what I brought up earlier, when the writers of the show, I don't know which person it was, one of the writers of the show was like, yeah, this is actually a really horrible scene. This is actually, we consider this welcome to the life. Like exactly what you said to the anarchy. So it was like, wow, look at the duality again. It's there smoking.
Right.
Two things could be true. And like, I just thought all of that was dope.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. Because that.
And
now go ahead, Tom.
So bringing it back to that father offspring relationship, that's like the most fatherly he's been. And I even thought, I was like, man, he's like being really kind. Like that is really like shockingly kind for him. He's like, it'll get easy. Take the night off, eat this. I need you tomorrow. You need to be you're going to be a puddle of water tomorrow if you don't blah, 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 blah. So it's like beautifully haunting, if you will, because it's forcing us to look at the worst inside of us and the best inside of us at the same time and juxtapose them on the scales of the duat, if I'm remembering my Moon Knight correctly. And that's what art is at its peak. It is just making you question scenarios of other things. And it's like, that's why people love horror movies. What would I do in this situation? That's why I hate horror movies. I think of 3 plans in like a half a second. And then I'm like, well, why don't they just grab the pliers on the wall and go ham while they're not looking? Like,
why don't you do this? Yeah.
It's like that Geico commercial. Why don't we just get in the car that's running? No, that would be crazy. Let's go hide behind the chainsaws. And I'm like, what sucks is that really is horror movies.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Now I don't even know what to do because you smoked that. I was going to plug, but now I'm just, you going crazy.
Yeah.
All right. What was the next? I would have looked at you to see just to test you. Okay, yeah. But after those scenes, because we kind of went through 2 of them with that Oz forces Councilman. Yeah. So Oz is going through, right? We forgot about that for a sec. Oz is going through it after the question that his mom had. Not even question. He even confirmed it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah.
If it gets
I think he might have just been saying that.
Maybe, bro. But
kind of,
I hear you, Zen.
To get out that situation.
You about to bring up a good talk because maybe. Right, I thought about that too, but also knowing, I thought about that for a second. Then right after that thought that I had, I was like, knowing Oz, the way remember when that 1 second happened, he was acting his ass off, and I was like, bro, you see the child in him right now. When his mom was like, good boy, like all of that, right? You saw him become mom, like nurture again. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he gonna do whatever his mom say. At the end of the day, that's the mama boy in him. It's something to that. He not gonna not listen to what she said. He not gonna disobey her.
Yeah,
that's how I felt. But you never know. And honestly, with what's going on next, we won't get into that. What they said is going on next week.
Yeah,
might not be like that anyway. But all right. Any who's it's yeah. So Oz is kind of going through it. This was when we're kind of going back a little bit, but not for Oz, more so. When Vic was kind of first bringing up, hey, yo, I got a problem with Squid. We might have a problem because of this dude. Oz kind of not flagged him off, but he was kind of in his own head and he kind of couldn't listen for a sec.
He wasn't there.
Yeah. And he even brought it up later, the Squid.
Yeah, he was listening.
Yeah, he was listening, right. So he was here, but he wasn't there really at the moment, right? And because of that, he also was trying to think of a way to make this busy because wasn't he trying to start the generator, right? It was cold.
Yeah, his mom kept, because remember, the bathtub.
Yeah, and it was freezing.
It was freezing cold.
Right, exactly. So he was trying to get the heat popping, and my man said, "We're gonna make it do what it do." When he went Kanan from power, full 50 Cent mode, and what I'll just explain this. Who did he go to? Councilman?
It was a
Councilman Hattie.
Hattie.
Right?
Yeah.
And he basically pressed him like, bro, I know what you get into. You into some
physically and metaphorically pressed him because he absolutely pressed his nostrils.
He's just like, bro, I know you getting dirty money. I know you dirty.
Yep.
So I need you to do something for me.
You dirty.
Yeah.
So do some dirt.
Bring the electricity to Crown Point.
Yup. Look at him moving Crown Point. Yo, he really moving different. This dude is scary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good thing we don't live in Gotham, yo. Again, great point that we don't live in Gotham. But yeah, Tom, how did you feel about this scene when I guess just Oz doing what he had to do, I guess, question mark. How did you feel?
As an actor, all I could think was, how the frack did they film this? Like, because I'm looking at the nostrils. I'm not even listening really to what's happening. I'm like, that's red. And then like his eyes are crying in the same vein as when like I do something to my nose and I'm like, oh God. And they just like, like they're forced out.
I was confused too. Can't lie.
I'm wondering. And at that moment I was like, I need to write this down, like this scene, because I'm going to forget if I don't, because I don't know if they were squeezing his nose for real. I know some actors that are like, yeah, just put the pliers to my nose.
Just take it. Yeah, yeah.
Bump it. Like, let's make it real. Some people like that. You know, I love getting smacked in the face every now and again when I'm on set. It's like, just hit me. Right. It'll put us in the moment. But regardless, like they both crushed that scene. That was amazing to watch. And I kind of forgot it all. And then it just comes to the point where it's he's like, oh, you think the city would like hearing that you paid off your gambling debts with city funds, huh? And he's like, oh, I have to go through so much red tape. And he just keeps squeezing. And then he's just putting them down the whole time. He's like, it's just your nose. Just get out of here. Come on, you have plenty of room. You have more room than you think. Come on, get out. And what I liked is they set that scene up. They've set it up a bunch of different times, but that was like the main point is like, look at how we have to live down here. And look at how they live over there in the rich area. Like, look at that. He's like, look at that. A mile away. The lights are on. All those rich fucks in Gotham just out there living their life. We got to freeze in here. That's where he goes. He puts the pliers to the nose. I knew he was doing something because like he kept focusing on those pliers and he kept playing with them.
I said that to you, right? I'm like, hey, yo, he about to do a little something crazy. You're not right in the head right now. He's going through some stuff and he grabbed them damn pliers. When I say to you, I said, he grabbed something. I know what it was, but he grabbed something, man. And then he popped up on the nose. I didn't know
what you was talking about at first.
And there we go. And he grabbed his nose. It's like, that's what he grabbed right there.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, I don't blame him. Sometimes I'd like to do that to a politician. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, every now and then.
Something got done. You know
hey, the dirt.
Hey.
Sometimes you got to get dirty.
There is different ways of playing politics, and he went the physical route. I call that aggressive negotiations.
Yeah, congratulations if you got it. Thank you, Tyrese. That was a beautiful connection there. But now we got the 3 busiest scenes, and I don't want to make it too long for y'all, but this is where it get a little crazy. All right, so Sofia pulls up on Eve.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. This might be my favorite scene. Is between this one or the last one. I'm not sure. But man, the acting in this scene was crazy. Just the intensity again. Like every second. Remember when they pulled in again, us reacting to it. When she first pulls up on her, you were like, "Oh yeah, she did." And me too. I'm like, "Yeah, she's probably not walking out of here alive, most likely." But every other couple things that are being said in the scene, based on the reactions that they're giving each other, it's going up and down. You know what I mean?
And real quick, before we really get deep into the scene,
okay.
I just want to point out the fact that Eve was kind of playing this game from the jump. Because remember, Sofia is on. She's out there in the streets trying to like talk to. Because you know she's a madam, you know what I mean. She has workers for her, and she was approaching the workers like, "Hey, yo, you know this lady here? None of them is giving her up except one." And she was like, "You know, for a price, I'll show you where she at." And
we was hurt for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm like, man, you want to switch up on her like that?
He was banging with you too. Seconds later, like, you gotta look okay.
He knew the whole time, so I love that.
Yeah,
and that's something that she points out through her conversation with Sofia is just that type of relationship she has with her people is like, yo, I got their back, they have mine, and that's how we work out together. You know what I mean? So
I see what you. Hey, Zenn, you cooking today?
This is such a great show. I had to.
Yeah, you got a little crazy. Okay, I guess I should lead it into before we ask Thomas about it. Because what you just did there, that kind of leads into Sofia. I'll get into where she brought up the hangman. Right. She kind of was it that Eve said something that made her say that, right?
So
I forget exactly.
Eve pointed out because I guess some of the people that died from the hands of the hangman
were some of the people
that worked with her.
There we go. So then when she calls out some of those names, she then goes, "Oh, you think I did that? I don't know. Let me tell you something, and let me tell you what your little boyfriend did too." Yeah, I know. Hey, you ain't know, did you? Right. So when all that gets revealed, the second that remember me in real time reacting, I'm like, because. Even before, I won't go far too back. Something that Eve was saying before, I'm like, no. This is going a way that I don't like. This is what's happening here.
Yeah. And it's funny, not to even cut you off. I just want to ask you what you got going.
Yes.
I'm even thinking in retrospect how Sofia was playing chess, like how she was breaking her down. So she came in the building like, all right, analyzing her relationship with Oz. Like, all right, so what are they? All right. Oh, so y'all not like that. Okay, all right. So I can break this up. Okay, all right. So you got emotional ties to these people. Oh, okay. I know how. I'm naming retrospect. I'm like, damn, she breaking this whole. She broke her down in real time.
In real time, bro. That's why if you look at the trigger finger, she's playing. She's really sitting there like, I'm exaggerating there, but that's really in. She could have left dead, but she didn't because right. Oh, you want to know a little something? So when that arose in the hangman situation, I already saw what Eve was about.
You did. You
get a little tricky,
Women stand
and
together.
Yeah, man. And as they should have, especially when you see what Eve stand on. Yeah, she's loyal, and yeah, we all think that she was loyal to Penguin, but Penguin ain't loyal to nobody.
She knew who
Penguin was.
That. Again, she was honest. She knew exactly who he was.
A narcissist,
a liar,
a killer.
Yes,
right. Called everything out the way it was. And at the end of the day, I'm here for my people. The people that actually ride for me. At the end of the day, would actually really, if it's only between me and you, you're going to take a bullet for me type time. Right. So because of that, hey man, I respect that decision. I was hurt for Oz in the moment, but I also was like, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
stand together.
Yeah.
And then in the last second,
she gave it up.
Woo! And Sofia, and when you look back, Sofia knew she had her.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
why that walk,
sure.
that
like, bro,
was like,
I'm playing the scene back in my head. I'm like, damn. Oh no, she's playing it the whole time.
The whole time.
She knew what it was.
Whole time. But
Thomas, please,
how did you read?
Let us know how you
It was
felt
such a good scene.
Yeah, I mean, I read it the same way. I was like, she's gonna die, and I was like, okay, I didn't really consciously connect that. Oh, she's laying herself bare before Sofia, like they mentioned in the after show. But it started, and she's just like, want a drink? Pours the drink, and I was like, who has the? She walks away, and all I thought was, who has the power in this scene? Because I'm actually a little confused, and that's when I was like, oh, we're about to play like 3-dimensional chess, like Xavier and Lyncher on this one, and it just kept building. And what I really loved is we get to the hangman stuff, and it's like, okay, it's like, oh, you didn't know, and I'm like over here like, oh, that's how it happens.
There we go.
And I was like, that's the checkmate, if you will. But I'm also like, but she's not going to give it up. It's going to, instead of, okay, like he's here, which I couldn't remember if she knew or not. So I'm like, she's not going to give it up. But it's like, I was typing down, telling Eve the truth on that situation is so much more dangerous than anything else, because now Eve and the streets and her people can 100% work against Oz, and that would be a horrible thing, because those are the information getters. Those are the I can't remember what they call them on the streets, but those are the ones that'll tell you every little thing that you need to know. They know everything, and I think Sofia even says, it's the whole, I've had to learn how to lie to men in powerful situations too. And it's like, you're really good at telling people what they want to hear, aren't you? And then it comes up and it's like, my father killed those men and your little boy covered it up and blamed me. And it just builds and builds. And this will be our little secret, right? And I'm like, yo, no, get out of here. And, I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but I'm not going to go too far. It's like, oh yeah, somewhere near the zoo. And when the lights came back on and it just pops up zoo, I go, oh, I didn't know that was written there. Not until the lights came on that I realized that the zoo was on the damn building. And I was like,
at the end, it says zoo.
At the end?
Yeah.
Wait, what? It does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I was like, she's not gonna find them. Zoo pops up. I was like, oh, it's the same building. We are in trouble.
Oh wow, I didn't even peep that, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Then they smoked that scene.
I'm just even just going off Tom's reaction.
That's what I'm saying.
Back to like how I was feeling during this episode.
Yes.
Man, it was so many moments that I'm like yelling at the screen. Like it's like
multiple.
Yeah,
and it kept getting crazier too. Like by the last couple scenes got higher and higher. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Two things from the after show that I loved was one, they mentioned this is a 5-page scene and it's all dialogue. Like there is, I can envision the script where there is barely any action written in whatsoever, and I see little moments here, and I was like, oh man, there's no way that one was in the script. Like that just feels too different, too out there. I can't remember the actress's name that plays Eve. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Hold up.
She mentioned that this scene is actually how she really got into the character. This was her way in, seeing her with all of her, her idols taken off of her. The wigs are gone. She's just laid bare. This is who she is, showing how powerful she is in her mind. And that allowed her to expand from there on all the other scenes we've seen her in, where she's just there playing like whatever. Okay. And like, I think when it comes to the Hangman stuff from the episode, I guess that was last week, right? Where he killed Tosh. Yeah, that was last week. I'm like,
that was last week.
He at the beginning, she's like, the Hangman's gonna come after me. Now you got the Maronis coming after me. Like you gotta stop doing this. And she's genuinely freaked out. Now I don't know if she was or not. I can't tell, because that's how good this character is.
Yes.
I guess in the head, like playing chess on a different level that so unexpected because of the profession that she has, but because of the profession, you should expect that, because it's all about information out there and soothsaying the pain away just to make some people feel better.
That was deep, man.
He was going crazy the whole time. I feel like I'm at church. I'm at Penguin Church. And also the actress's name is Carmen. I'm gonna mess up the last name. I'm sorry. Jogo or Yago. I don't know which way to pronounce it. Ejogo.
Okay.
But Carmen.
Okay.
And let me see who's Sofia Falcone. You got her name? They smoked that.
Kristen Milioti.
They going crazy.
Cherry Hill native. A Cherry Hill, New Jersey native. Shout out to her.
Yes. Come on, y'all got some people. Look at y'all.
On the low.
Come on now.
See what she doing on this show.
Going crazy.
Yes.
Going crazy.
The most main character of How I Met Your Mother.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow, she was.
Yeah, she was the mom.
She
Tracy.
was the mom.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mother.
That's crazy.
Man, she is important in multiple places.
Yes, she is.
She going crazy in the world. What was next, y'all? Because it kind of
I feel like I got two more, right?
The Gold Summit scene.
Yes.
About what happened. Oh yeah, we already did that. And then Penguin gives. Yeah, y'all want to go about that?
Yes.
Treaty?
So Penguin kind of, he knows he has to. He needs some people on his side right now. So
yes, sir.
He basically invites all the other neighborhood gangs leaders, to him. The Gold Summit Treaty,
the United Nations
of the
streets,
right?
The UNS, the UNS. Sorry.
Now he invites them all together. He throws them beers, and he gets into this deep epilogue speech. He goes some places with this, and I thought it was one of my favorite scenes of the episode.
This one I was like, all right, the Emmy got to go over there,
bro. I'm forgetting it's Colin Farrell at this point, bro. Like one thing I noted how he his movements,
body
as
language,
Penguin,
bro.
his movements.
He was sitting down,
sitting on the back of the.
Why you moving your neck? Why you moving your neck like that? It's not supposed. Penguin neck move like that, not Colin neck. I think Colin forget he Colin in there.
I think he might,
bro. And then what I say to you, I said sometimes he's doing it so good. He looked like he'll lose himself in being Penguin, and then remember, oh shit, I'm a dude playing Penguin, and then double down on it in the moment. Like that's how good he feels sometimes, especially in the scenes where he gets a speech like that. Like he's got so many moments. What I say to is, I said, "Go ahead, Daenerys." Like it was almost felt like a leader, like really bringing everybody together.
Breaker of chains.
Yes,
it's Cobblepot. freer of Ground Point. Breaker of chains.
Ground Point. No. Oh. Fighter. But yeah, that shit was just amazing. I don't even know if there's too much to say besides just a great performance.
Yeah,
he got them all together.
I believed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's me too. I would have
cracked the beer open.
I would have voted for the street president. Absolutely, he would have won. Wait, here's a real question before I ask Thomas how I feel about the scene. Y'all would let Zal go? Hey, look, bro, we talking about the streets. Let's get into it.
I love how he combated that as well. Like,
me too.
Zal was just like, yo, he turned on everybody. How can you trust him? Da 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 da.
Valid too.
He came through. Was like, yo, I did that. So what?
What's up?
I had to hustle. I had to get where I'm at. I had to do this.
Mm-hmm.
What you do about
and first time as fans, not fans, but the people watching the show. Oh shit, you honest? Oh my god, you don't even do that to Vic all the time. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's really that. What a scene. But would y'all let him go?
No,
I was scared.
He might have to get
knocked off sometime. We'll see how Zal get later.
Maybe Batman get knocked off. I don't know.
You're right.
Because the guy he brought with him seemed like he was a little bit more with Oz. Like he seemed like he was a little bit more into the speech and what he was going because he wanted to crack the beer earlier. He was like, "Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with."
Let me wait.
Hold up.
Oh, Zal, and then Zal looked at him like, "Yo, you on this?" And he's looking at him like, "You thirsty?" Like, yeah.
So Thomas, what you think, bro?
Yeah, about both things. About what's that? How you feel about Zal? But mainly, how you feel about the thing.
The scene was amazing. I mean, it's crazy to think, like, I was watching that scene and trying to think about who Oz was at the very beginning of this series, where he literally is like, he is a nobody. He's trying to be a somebody, but like he gets laughed at by Alberto Falcone, and then he just puts 6 or 7 in his chest, and then is just like, yeah. And then like 30 seconds later, he goes, "What am I doing?" And it just goes so sideways. And now he's like, "Yeah, I popped Alberto. So what? Yeah, I was there. I tried to kill Carmine. What of it? Yeah, I did this. Yeah, I did that. Okay, fine. I am what I am because I hustle. I got to." And it's like, dude, you are literally the spin master over here. John Cena taking everything you say about him and just spinning around and being like, "Yeah, you can't see me behind this facade." Beautifully done. I always forget it's been a few episodes now, but there are some episodes where all of a sudden Colin is back in his eyes and not Penguin, and then it's gone in a flash, and it's like, dude, like,
that's what I'm saying. He be going in and out. That's crazy.
He breaks. I don't want to say he breaks character, but like through the prosthetic, it's a lot harder to see Colin. But every now and then, like his eyes will be like, "What? What are you talking about?" And it's like, "Oh, there's Colin Farrell. Gone. He's gone again." It's insane. But I wrote down an amazing monologue persuading the gangs to come together, and the peer pressure the triads were under was the gabagool, baby, because he didn't want to, but then he realized like he might get shot if he doesn't crack that beer. And it's he had to. And I mean, I saw Lost. I don't know if I ever will trust this actor because of that show. There is, Francis Chow. I've not trusted him in a long time. If I'm not mistaken, he was in the live action Avatar. I could be wrong about that, but I think he was.
You talking about
the movie or the show?
The show, not the movie. We don't talk about the movie.
No, we don't.
He's like, I'm not gonna remember anybody from that. You sure? Were you serious?
Yeah, he was. He was the great sage. But yeah, I'm just not trusting him. It's building, and it's all built on the back of like these rich fuckers take your name. They named this bridge after you, but your family, Donnie boy, built it. Well, why should they get the credit? They stole the credit because that's what they do. Those politicians a mile away in a nice warm place, or we out here freezing our nuts off. And why are we doing that? We could take this. We have more street power right here with us than anybody else. And the Maronis and the Gigantes or the Falcones, whatever you call them, they got nothing. If we all took them out and protect each other, and he's now in this scene trying to build what Eve had, which is insane because he'll never get it. And trying to get everybody's back together. And my favorite part is they run shit, we eat shit. And it's like, yo, this is a real underground buildup. Like they're literally doing their operation underground, but nobody saw him coming at all. And that's when the underdog story wins. And that's kind of why I'm pulling for Penguin, because he's like the most underdog dude in this version. In this city, in this story, and he should not win. But man, does it look like he's gonna win? And I am flabbergasted in how they've taken the perception of who he is from the Batman, which is, oh, he's a high and mighty, powerful guy. He's literally about to take over Falcone. He's Falcone's right-hand man. That's how it normally works. However, I forget how the mob and the mafia situation work, where it's a family and you got one of the heads, then the head goes, his right-hand man usually gets popped, two in the chest, one in the head kind of situation. So it's like, oh, okay. And now he's just, he helped Sofia in a way burn them all to the ground. So now it's like you got a two-headed monster on the rich side of the families, and everybody else is just like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
You be going crazy. For a second, I thought I was watching the show again. He went nuts. He said the Gigante's in the. I said, Oz?
Nah.
But nah, man, that was amazing. Talk this shit. But oh my god, the last scene. I can't even.
Yeah.
All
right.
Let's do our real time, yo. We got to do that more, yo. We had so much fun watching
They've been
it.
saying we should do reactions.
Yeah,
we gotta
do
that. We gotta do that.
I want to give you mine real quick.
Please. Oh my god, please. Your live reaction to this, please.
Yeah, the lights pop on. I see the zoo, and I go, "Fuck!" And my girlfriend's like, "Well," I was like,
"No, you caught it way before." Yeah,
yeah. And it's like, "Ooh, that's not." Literally, it's lit up for him. That's not a good sign. Obviously, you know, we had the blood situation before. Goes in and they're dancing, and I was like, "Okay, all right." And I remember there was a moment where there was a knock, a situation.
Yes. That's what I heard.
But wait, that's exactly what happened with us.
And he looks, and then he doesn't go, and I'm like, "Nah, you got to check the door. You got to check the weird sounds." She wants to dance. Don't dance. Safety first. Check the door. Make sure it's locked.
Safety first.
And then they're like, they're having fun, and like it's meant to make you forget about that. And they did well. I'm literally sitting here, and I'm like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Walk into frame. Where are you? You're walking into frame. I see it. I feel it. What's happening? And they never walk into frame. And then it starts pulling out. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, real slow. And I said, yo.
No, now we know it's not good. A slow anamorphic out is never a good sign. And I'm just like, the whole time, had I not heard the sound, it'd be like, this is too happy for this show. This is not going to end well. And then when they start dropping names, I mean, of course, you're in the safety of your home. Of course, you're going to drop names. But like, it's like Oz did this, your boy. If he didn't say that, everything's kosher. It's fine. She probably would have never figured it out anyway. That's kind of what dementia does sometimes. So like, they could have protected the boy, but now the boy is going to get hurt more than ever. And it ended, and I went, fuck, why'd they have to end there? That was crazy. Crazy cliffhanger, man.
We said at the end too, we were just like, no. Okay, that makes sense. Like, damn, you did it. Yo, your reaction was so similar. Actually, not. It was and wasn't. It was cool that in moments it was the exact same thing, but like yours had a different perspective because you already knew what time it was.
Right from the
still like you though, still early, but yours was just only a little after. But the beginning of the scene, right? Because how does it start?
It start with the zoo, the lights up, right, and then the record's playing,
and he's standing there. No, he's going to try to turn it off.
Yeah. It starts with Vic in the dark,
right,
with the blood on the shoe. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. And then the lights go on. The music's playing. He goes to try to turn the music off. When does the sound pop up, y'all? Because Zen hears the sound, and I don't hear the sound.
When she's like, "Come dance with me," and like
when the frame is he standing up, like he's standing in the doorway, and always okay. In this moment, Zen going crazy. He like, bro, I just heard sound. Something's about to happen. I'm like, no. Why? No, Zen, you gotta be wrong. I don't hear anything. Yeah. He's looking, but then my brain going.
The camera movement.
The camera. I'm like, you were right. No. Who's here? Who is it? I don't even know what's going on, bro. Then we see it, Sophia. I'm like, oh fuck. Like the worst person to be in the situation on top of it too. Yeah. Man,
what a crowbar. And you know, in the Batman universe, crowbars are never a good thing.
Yo, you going crazy.
Yeah.
And we don't want him to involve yet either. So let's just slow all of this down.
But nah, man. Oh my gosh.
At least Oz ain't gonna be the one to have to kill her. Is that could be a plus side to somebody.
That is literally my thought watching the preview for next week. It was like, well, at least he ain't gotta do it.
At least he ain't gotta do it. Like, but now Vic gotta go to. Oh my god, how many episodes?
2.
Yeah,
only 2.
Yeah.
1, 2.
What's it called? The penultimate.
Oh, so next out to get. Sorry, getting a little ahead of myself. But this scene was just crazy, so that's why. Like the ending there, I'm like, this is about to get real tricky. And then we've all seen the next episode sneak peek, so I'm just ready. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't even got much. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was wild, so intense.
Yeah, like it was such a crazy scene. Like you kind of. documented the process mentally.
Yes.
I was going through it, and it was just like, damn, what a way to end this episode. Because again, like I was saying earlier, like each scene, it kept upping it. All right, this is happening. This is crazy. Oh, now we're bringing this person in, so this is going to crazy. Oh, now we're going to put this person through this, and they got to deal with that. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, this is such a. Who would have thought a penguin show?
Dude.
A penguin show is this good,
Like
and only
this
getting
good?
better.
Like this good though? Like it could have been like a good 8.599. Did about 12. Like I'm really in this, but yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah. Not me. I don't. I feel like we're all on the same page here. Like
love fest.
how great this show is, and I feel like I'm super excited to see where we go next episode with what we seen at the end of this. I'm like, I don't know where we going. I don't know how this is gonna get resolved and take us to the finale. I don't know.
And
I really don't know.
Even throw a little to add on to that before we get out of here. You know, who was saying, was it Matt Reeves? Who was saying that this is gonna lead to Batman 2?
Matt Reeves.
What's going to happen?
I think he said by the end of this show,
we'll know
it'll be
a little
clear
more
where they're gonna go.
He said the word clear.
Don't quote me on that. Don't quote.
All right,
don't
sorry.
Quote me
I got
really
really nervous.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna look it up right after this.
Yeah, for sure. But he did say like we should have an idea where they're heading with the Batman 2. So we'll see what that means. Thomas, do you have any closing thoughts on what you felt about this ending and the episode in general?
Yeah, I just freaking flabbergasted with how good this show really is. I feel like as a fan of DC, like I love all comic, I love all the Universal stuff except Lord of the Rings. I know I just don't like it. It's not for me. It's fine. And then like DC has not been great for pretty much my whole life. And when I say pretty much my whole life, I don't remember Batman Returns in 92 because I was like 1, maybe, if I'm lucky. And everything else after that has been incredibly hit and miss. So the fact that we are getting this right here in Batman, you know, what Sony's trying to do with Marvel, with Spider-Man's, Rogues Gallery, Batman has all the sauce you need. You got crazy, you got criminal, not criminal, you got gangs, organized crime, mobs. Then you got like the Fantastic over on the other side. I'm talking Clayface kind of energy, who's also an actor, could really play with different realms. I mean, he's the Mysterio of Batman, if you will. And so the fact that he gave us like maybe the most entertaining character, the scene stealer from the Batman, which they all realized while filming, like, we need more of this guy right here. Created this amazing crime story that is just absolutely perfect of what we really want to see inside of like an organized crime show inside the DC universe. Is so exciting. And I'm gonna try and find the actual quote before the end of this, but I do really want to point out real quick, this is a quick aside, the show's amazing. I'm so excited for next week. Somebody's got to die, if not two. I feel like Opie's about to go down. Like, I don't know who Opie is in this show yet from Sons of Anarchy season 4, but like I feel like one of my favorites is about to go down, so that's going to be hurtful. But my favorite like little moment in this is Sofia and the doctor. In the beginning, they clearly doing some funky business.
Forgot that.
That's okay. It's a short scene. It's like, okay. The only thing that comes out of that really is him saying, "If you have need of my services, please call me." And then like next week, that's gonna happen. But like he's got blood dripping down his neck. She's done scratched him up. It's like, I'm sorry if I hurt you. It's okay. I deserve it.
Like, what's going on in there?
Y'all need more therapy.
And then that's right. Ain't that coming from him? Didn't I say that too?
Yeah.
I was like, you came from at least it seemed like you was in some bad business, but a little bit prestigious job. You're a little bit of a puppy now. Hey, he getting busy.
Of a puppy, yeah.
But an abuse. But I don't know how you look at it. But he liked the abuse. So hey,
it's crazy.
But I am excited to find out what that is going to lead to, though. I wonder,
like what?
Because he is smart. Like, she going to use him right.
I remember like whatever he was doing with her, like as far as the therapy session. Remember the lights and stuff. Remember the lights when she went into the flashback.
Yeah, the flashback.
She had the flashback.
And then her brother.
He was a step of lights.
To get her to bring her back.
I don't know what type of stuff he gets into as far as his therapy methods.
Okay, right.
But I know I'm scared for Vic. I'm scared for Mama. I don't know what's going on.
She did say, I want him to feel some pain. Oh, y'all gonna need to see that sneak peek if y'all see that. And what do we say at the end? We were like, you want to know why this episode gonna be crazy? Because they barely gave us nothing
about what's going to happen.
Just a little tease, like, we're about to do the thing that you know we're gonna do, which is here's Vic and his mom, but they didn't tell us what is about to happen. So I'm very excited.
Yes.
Very excited.
Yes.
Thomas, it was amazing talking to you, friend.
Yes, this was awesome.
It was incredible. Wait, you wanted to bring up a quote. What was the quote first? Or no, did you do that?
I haven't exactly found it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So it ain't a big deal. You know, that's our episode cliffhanger. You know, go find it yourselves.
So crazy. Congratulations. All of you. Yes.
No, but seriously, Thomas, it was so great talking to you about the Penguin.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Next weekend I get to watch it right before I go on a cruise. And then the week after I come back from the cruise and get to watch it, and then we get Agatha ending on Wednesday. Like, Halloween is happening. I wore my costume for the first time today. Like, we in it now. We in the best part of the year, and it's called Halloween / crazy football happening / I guess the World Series. Sure, I guess / the end of great early fall television before the late fall and winter stuff starts happening. Thank y'all for having me. I really enjoyed listening. I told Zenn this last week. I really loved listening to the House of the Dragon Council of Fire every week. Because I'm losing my mind. My girlfriend's losing her mind. I'm sending her everything that I find, all the memes for days, baby. And so just getting to hop on and talk about this, I keep getting lucky over the last few weeks. Every episode that I've talked about has just been an absolute banger after banger after banger. Shout out Seamus, banger after banger. And if you want to find more of me, you can find me on all social media at TC Rochester Act, TCRochesteract, and head on over to Reckless Rebellion on all podcast platforms, where I talk about everything Star Wars. This past week we did Star Wars Jeopardy. I created the game, I hosted the game. I have too much knowledge about the stars in the wars and the wars in the stars in my brain, and I love to connect the beautiful wide Spider-Verse web inside the world between worlds that is my insane mind. Thank you guys for having me on. It's been a blast. I love listening to you guys just chat and cut up and just go wild at the same stuff that I'm going wild. I'm just usually chilling in my room alone going, what? That's insane.
No.
Yo, you're awesome. I was about to say, bro, you're lit, dude. We got to get you on the pod.
No,
on that Listen 3000 episode.
Definitely gonna make that happen.
You're a great dude.
Sure.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, this was Penguin episode 6 breakdown after show. Thank you to our home team, Aves and Fandom, to the family. Thank y'all for allowing us to go crazy on this episode.
It was a blessing. Thank you.
For sure. Make sure to like and subscribe if you made it this far until here. Please follow Agents of Fandom on all social media platforms. Agents Fandom on TikTok and Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Agents of Fandom on everything else. Check out agentsofandom.com for all your news, your Marvel movie, DC, comic book, anything, everything. It's all on agentsofandom.com. Please check it out. Check out the podcast on the network.
Comic Corner.
Let's do 2000. And Agents of Fandom. Please check it out. And if you want more of Listen 3000, please check us out at Listen 3000 on everything and follow us and check us out and episodes out. And, we're here. And yeah, we'll be back on Agents of Fandom, obviously, because that's the gang. We'll be back here. And yeah, please. Thank you.
Bye. Matt Reeves, get it together. We're going to need some more. Thank you. Talking about it's about to be 3 movies. My ass.